Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy BJ. Welcome back to the channel once again. If you're brand new to the channel, do me a favor and like and subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss any videos I upload to this channel. Now I want to get straight into this video because I don't want to waste no time. This is going to be one of the realest and rawest videos that I've ever made on this channel before. So let's get straight into it. I want to talk to you about the dating generation. The dating generation is all messed up. This generation for dating is all messed up. And you know why? Because we've been doing it wrong. And when I say we, I'm more specifically talking to the men. Women, you have a part in this too. But a lot of the responsibility that I'm talking about right now falls upon men. Why is that? Because men are supposed to lead. We are supposed to lead our women. We are supposed to be leaders for our wives when we get married. A husband is supposed to lead his wife. You can't lead a woman if you can't even lead yourself. I'm keeping this so all the way 100 with everybody because I know, because I messed up myself as well. I am not exempt from this. I have messed up more times than I care to admit. So if you're young and you're watching this, pay attention to this video so that you take heed of what I'm saying to you so that you don't make the same mistakes that I've made and what millions of other men have made as well. Now let's take this back to biblical times. Doesn't matter if you're a Christian or not. What it says is that a man will leave his mother and his father and cleave to his wife. A man is supposed to provide and take care of his wife. A man goes and prepares a place for his wife to come into. That means that that man has everything all together first before he gets a wife. You don't get into a relationship with a woman and you can't even take care of yourself. You can't even take care of yourself. You need to get roommates to take care of a house. Hello, I've been there. You need to ask for financial help from your parents because you don't have everything that you need to take care of yourself. But on the other side of the spectrum, you're so worried about getting women, going out to the clubs, drinking, flashing your Gucci belts and all your fancy clothes like you got it all when you really don't got nothing. You don't have nothing to show for. Your credit score is piss poor. And you can't even go get a car off the lot if you wanted to because your credit is so terrible. But meanwhile, we want to be on Instagram and on Facebook like this. Hey, we popping bottles. We getting money. No, you're not getting no money. You're not getting no real money. A man needs to have all of his things together before he even thinks about getting into a relationship. This generation is so focused on sex and not about longevity and real connection and real relationship that this whole generation is all messed up when it comes to dating because everybody's so focused on sex and lust in the flesh. And all that does is destroy people. It destroys relationships. It destroys families because of it. And I know that because I've been there. Life should not just be about sex. It's about so much more than that. But everybody's so busy thinking with their little winky, trying to get into something instead of making something of themselves. Instead of making something of yourself, you're too busy trying to think about how to get into that girl's pants. And yeah, I'm going to get that. Ooh, I'm trying to hit that. What is that? That is not a real man. That's a little boy. That's little boy mentality. We're so busy trying to get women and not building up ourselves and becoming the best version of ourselves that we're missing the mark completely. Instead of becoming the highest version of yourself, becoming successful in whatever it is that you want to do in your life, to where you are healthy physically, where you're in good shape, you're healthy mentally, to where your mentals are in order, to where you're not just going off the edge, you're going crazy for any little thing because someone makes you mad and you've dealt with your traumas that you've had to suffer through from your childhood. You're healthy emotionally, you're healthy financially, and you're healthy spiritually. If you are not healthy in these 5 areas as a man, you are not wholeheartedly ready to take care of a good woman. You're not. I don't care how ripped you are, how buff you are, how much you take care of yourself physically, and you might have this bodybuilder of a physique. That doesn't matter. Because if your mentals are all messed up, that body don't mean nothing. But again, that's what this generation is so focused on, the physical aspect, the vanity of everything. And it's all messed up. It's AWS backwards. You need to be the type of man to where you are so successful by yourself that every woman wants to be with a man like you. Every woman wants to be with you. I'm not saying that's your focus to say, oh, I want every woman to want me. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that you need to be that type of man to where a woman would dream to have a man like you in their life. Because you take care of yourself. You have a relationship with God. You're good. You're kind to others. You're generous. You're loving. You're strong. You take care of yourself physically. You're in a good place financially. This is a good man. But because we don't do that as men, what do we end up doing? We ask the woman to move in with us before we're married. And then 9 times out of 10, you're asking her to go halvesies with you. Oh, let's go 50-50. You pay this much and I'll pay that much. Or I'll pay for this and you pay for that. That's not how it's supposed to be. Check this out. And you know what? There could be a lot of men out there that are mad at me for saying this. But you know what? I don't give a damn. I'm keeping it real. Because I've been that type of man too. Where I said, hey, let's pay this much and I'll pay this much. But the real men out there will feel me. And they know exactly what I'm talking about. And with experience comes wisdom. And I've had to experience a lot of stuff to where I can gain the wisdom that I have now. A real man is supposed to be a provider. Men are supposed to work and take care of their families, to take care of their wives. A woman is not supposed to work. Let me say that again. A woman is not supposed to work. She should not have to be getting up to go to work to go take care of herself and her kids. She shouldn't. Women aren't even built for that. But because of this generation that we live in, because men don't get their ish together, this is the generation we live in, where women are having to step out of their feminine energy and step into their masculine energy. And then they have to become a man for their child, for their children. They have to be both woman and man at the same time, because men are not being men. A woman, by nature, is not a worker. They don't want to work. I'm not talking about the gold diggers out there who are just shaking butt on Instagram and twerking and all these OnlyFans girls. I'm not talking about them. They have issues. A lot of them have daddy issues, men issues, and they're doing that because they need attention. I'm not talking about those type of women. They need therapy. I'm talking about real, honest to God women that value themselves, have respect for themselves, and love themselves. These type of women, they should not have to get up and go to work. Men are protectors by nature. Women are nurturers by nature. They're not workers. Men are supposed to get up by the sweat of their brow and work to provide for their family. It does not say that about women in the Bible. Men are supposed to take care of women. Men are supposed to take care of their children. Women are the nurturers that take care of their family in another way. They take care of their husband in another way. A husband is supposed to love his wife. And when you love your wife, you take care of her in every way. And a woman is supposed to respect her husband. A man is supposed to lead his wife, and a wife is supposed to be submissive to her husband. That does not mean that the man has power over you, that he walks all over you, that he dominates you. That's not what submissive means. Submissive means that she trusts that her husband will lead her the right way, spiritually, emotionally, physically, and financially. He will take care of her and lead her because he loves her the way that Christ loved the church. When you love your wife that way, a woman will submit to you with flying colors. She'll do anything you ask. She'll do what you want her to do, what you ask her to do. Not because you're trying to bully her or punk her. No, because you love her and she trusts you and she respects you as her husband. You're the king, she's the queen. But this generation doesn't have that. That's why the dating pool is all messed up. This generation doesn't know how to date. If you go back in the old days, men would take women on dates with the fathers present. They would court them. And courting means you would actually date them, get to know them. They weren't worried about trying to get a kiss or trying to do any of that. They were really trying to show them that I am interested and I want to get to know you. They don't do that anymore nowadays. Now everybody's hooking up on the first date. I've done that. Everybody wants to hook up on the first date. Oh, you go out to dinner. Oh, you go back to the house and then you sleep together. You don't have any real meaningful relationship. I'm not saying that a real meaningful relationship cannot come from situations like that, because it can. But I don't recommend it because, for one, you shouldn't be fornicating in the first place, because fornication is exactly what the enemy wants us to do, to fornicate. Sex should be withheld until marriage. Sex is a gift for marriage. And that's why this whole generation that we live in is so lustful and so sinful and so messed up, because everybody's thinking about sex. That's it. Everybody's thinking about sex, masturbating, porn. Everybody's thinking about this. Why? Because your focus is all messed up. You should be thinking about building God's kingdom first. Becoming the best version of yourself first. All the other stuff will come as a result of you being obedient to God. I think back to how if I stayed focused in my 20s and even going into my 30s, if I stayed focused and did what I needed to do, I will be in a much different position than I am right now. But there's a lot of us out there as young men, when we get into college, what are we thinking about? Oh, how many women can I get? How many women can I sleep with? That's our focus. A lot of it. You're thinking about the woman to do things that a married couple is supposed to do before you even establish and build yourself as a man. And that's happening far too many times now. In the Bible, it says, a man who finds a wife finds a good thing. You have to be the man that is ready to receive a wife, because a wife is a blessing. Again, I'm not talking about the women out there that want to be, fast and hoes and selling their body on OnlyFans and porn and all that. No, I'm not talking about them. They obviously don't have the morals or the respect for themselves to know that that's not right. I'm talking about women out there that are of noble character, that love God, that love themselves, that respect their bodies, that respect themselves, that love themselves enough to know that they don't need to get naked on Instagram or on X or any of that to be attractive. They can just be attractive just being themselves because they have that glow. They have a light about them that shines and it glows, and that's attractive. But a man who finds a wife finds a good thing. You find favor. It says favor with God when you find a wife. So a man that finds a wife is not just finding a wife. You receive favor from God when you find a wife. And marriage is a beautiful gift. You are not ready to be married if you can't even take care of yourself. Youngsters out there, you are not ready to date if you can't even take care of your own self. You're still living at home with your mom. Or you're older and you're sleeping on your mama's couch. You don't have it together, but yet you want to try and get all these women. What does that accomplish? What are you looking to accomplish with that? Oh, to say that I hit that? Grow up. I wish somebody would have talked to me like this. I wish somebody would have had this kind of talk with me like I'm having with you right now. I didn't have anybody to talk to me like this. You know why? Because the people that I was surrounded with were focused on the same things that everybody's focused on right now. Getting the woman, getting the booty. That's it. Bro, it is not all about that. Life is so much more than that, and life is going to hit you hard and real. When you can't even take care of yourself or provide because you were so focused on women, that's going to hit you like a ton of bricks. Because you want to get the C so bad. That's what you're focused on. That's going to lead you to a path of destruction. And you know who wants you there? The enemy. That's exactly where he wants you. Because lust keeps us blinded and distracted from our God-given purpose. God has so many blessings in store for you. Blessings that you can't even imagine with your name on them. But because you're so focused on all that other stuff, you miss out on the blessings that God has for you. Men need to stand up and rise up to their rightful place and be men again. Become that man that every woman would dream of. Become that man that every woman would die to desire to date, that would dream to date and to marry. To marry. Not just date, but to marry you and spend the rest of their life with you. And like I said, don't do it for the focus of them. Do it because you're that type of man. Because you want to be the best that God created you and has for you to be. And you watch how everything around you will start to flow. Because God will start to open up doors for you because you're focused on him first. And you build yourself up to become that man. You're not going to have to worry about chasing women. Women are going to want you. That's why they say that men are like islands and women are like boats. Islands don't chase after boats. Boats go and land at the island. They dock at the island. Anyway, I'm fired up about this because with experience comes wisdom, like I said. And I had to experience a lot of things. So I had to learn the hard way. The hard way. And I want to talk to somebody the way that I wish somebody would have talked to me before I made the mistakes that I made. Get your stuff together. Focus on yourself. Build yourself up. Become that high-value, successful man that has God, has your stuff together, your finances, your health, your mentals, and you will be one of the outliers in this world. You will be in the top 5% of this world. There's a lot of men out here that are just chasing the booty. At 40, 50, 60 years old still acting like kids. Be different. Stand out. Be in a class of your own. And you watch the opportunities that come your way. Focus on God. Keep God first. Trust God. And God will bless you with the best woman that you could ever dream of. I love you guys. God bless you. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.